Hello out there, we're on the air, it's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores at the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game.
Hello out there, we're on the air. It's the Hockey Happy Hour. Wade Gordon here in the Hamilton, Ontario studios. Calling this action in the British Columbia, the Prairie Division. And when you talk about the Red Deer, you have to talk about Steve Puck-Sang, the top goalies in this league. Greg Zimmerman is in net for Moose Jaw, 5th and 6th ranked goalies overall in the league, respectively. Puck-Sang in 5th, Zimmerman in 6th, so gonna be a great one. Red Deer in 1st in the Prairie Division, Moose Jaw 2nd place. A difference of 3 points separates these two teams, both coming off a win in their last game. Red Deer are 7 wins from their last 10 games. Moose Jaw, a bit of a struggle, 4 wins from their last 10. But when you talk about the Red Deer, you talk about goal scoring, and you talk about Steve Puck-Sang just keeping pucks out of that net. And Moose Jaw, if nothing else, have had trouble finding the net, but they're going to try a shot on a one-timer. And a delayed penalty, and it looks like that's going to be, that's going to be Moose Jaw on the power play to get things started. That looks like that was Steve Minchensky. Not sure what he was called for. That looks like that was an elbow, but I'm not certain. That was charging is the call against Steve Minchensky of the Red Deer. So Moose Jaw early on here going to be on the power play. And a good clearance from Red Deer immediately on the penalty kill. Chasing it all the way back and falling over it. Let's see the player that is. That was Collier, and he was held up by Rick Lace. Kramler tries to put it in, short-handed. Good forecheck from the Red Deer. And Kramler skates back safely. Doesn't have to worry about getting any sort of odd man rush there, and Froskins takes it back in the neutral zone, and he will skate up with it and take some time. He's got some good numbers. Puts a shot on net. Easy one for Zimmerman, but it does kill some clock and allows Red Deer to get back on this penalty kill. Moose Jaw have not been that effective at all. And out of the box is Minchensky. So nothing doing there. Ultimately, the penalty safely killed by Red Deer. And a collision in front of the, right over the blue line. Didn't see who that was, but two bodies had to recover their sticks, and looks like everybody's okay. No one's really limping off or needing a change immediately. Livingstone tries to feed it to DeBevino. He is tripped up. And here's Rabino, Peter Rabino, and loses it back into the neutral zone. Robertson will call the troops back over, and the Dragoons. There's Bombardson taking a big hit. And a scrum here. Chagnon has to cross-ice pass it to Rambo. Oh, and he tries to put it on net. And Puck-Sang just gets it away with his pads. Here come the Red Deer. Looking at Dilliso. Rex Dilliso. And he loses it all the way back into his own zone. Coming back for it is Domin Lalibert. And Tal puts it, but he scores! Minchensky out of the box, gets the goal, puts the Red Deer ahead, and that is some celebration from their mascot, the Red Deer Red Bear. the first place team in the Prairie Division take the lead, and it's the guy who took the penalty early on in the game, Steve Minchensky. And a massive goal to get things started.
Red Deer goal, scored by number 98, assisted by number 49, and by number 52. Time of the goal.
Trying to put another shot on goal, but they cannot do it. Well, I believe the assists go to Quintal and Lalbert. Strong play by Red Deer. And they come back and score! Daniel Lavender. Well, Moose Jaw answer almost immediately. Daniel Lavender with the goal to tie things up. Seconds later,
Scored by number 56, assisted by number 42, and by number 29. Time of the goal, 9 minutes, 36 seconds.
Bruce Fogliato and McPhersky given the assist, and Puksang will slow things down. Moose Jaw are back on the attack. Halfway through this period, tied at 1. Daniel Lavender's goal canceling out Steve Minchensky's about a minute and a half earlier in the game. We're tied at 1. These are the top two teams in the Prairie Division. Again, the top team from each division makes the playoffs. Only a 14 playoff here in this abbreviated 34-game season. This is game number 23. Both these teams still a couple more, a lot more division games to go in the remainder of this season. Lebrecq tries to find Hannon. Hannon puts it right off the pads of Puksang. Someone's helmet is on the ice. Must have been from a previous shift. And we're seeing some good movement to the puck from Moose Jaw. There's a scramble, and Kramler is able to get it up to Harvenier. Harvenier over to Perrault. Here comes Emmanuel Perrault. He is outnumbered. And Roquefort just hammers him at the blue line, sending him to the ice. Perry Starbossi, top line coming out there for Moose Jaw. And unable to do anything, Boucher takes it over the center ice. Minchensky, the goal scorer, is hit from behind. And he is dispossessed by Collier. By Bob Collier. Tries to fit it in front, and just unbelievable chance on goal by Tom Nikahan. But Puksang is able to just read it and parry it free. Chance is wide from Minchensky. I think he was trying to feed Rex Dilliso. Unable to get out of the zone. Well, they finally do, thanks to Stefan Sheep. Sheep has somebody in center. He's got Corville in center. He cannot find him. And skating it back into the other end of the ice is Boucher. Boucher has numbers, 3-on-2. Gabevino holds on to it. He'll just decide to reset and move it. He's skating about, and he's finally dispossessed with a poke check from Terry Persky. Bob Collier bringing it up ice. Still a helmet that no one is able to clear free. Shot is deflected, did not even get to the pads of Puksang. And behind his own net is Boucher yet again, trying to just move it back out of his own zone. Laroccomex off to Candourier. Here's Dilliso again. Takes a bounce off that helmet, and thankfully did not take an unfortunate bounce to affect the play. Koftalok's shot is just parried aside by the stick of Breg Zimmerman, and for a score of 1-1 so far. The Moose Jaw goal has not been bothered too much, I gotta say. Their defense has been really solid, and we see there's an injury on play. Someone down there, that is Koftalok for the Red Deer. Red Deer, oh yeah, he took a big hit by Bruce Fogliato. Must have landed gingerly, I think, and he's going to have to go get some medical help and go see if he's going to be okay to return. Fourth line's out for both teams. Jonsky and Minchensky with the face-off. Minchensky coming in for DeLocke. Normally this would be his line. Nick Lace has it alongside Klein Larakamex. Shot from Minchensky, and it's just off the pads of Cinnamon. He will hold on to it for a face-off in the Moose Jaw zone. Well, Steve Minchensky, coming into this game, was 9th in the league in scoring with 12 goals. He's made it to 13. His 25th point of the season. With the assist, Louis Quintal will join him on 25 points. And Bruce Fogliato,
Tonight is our team poster giveaway.
Domin Lalibert
You find a sticker
gets
on the
his
inside cover.
12th assist of the game. Well, we're tied up at 1 apiece. Daniel Lavender answering Steve Minchensky's early goal. Red Deer and Moose Jaw. It's the top two in the Prairie Division. We'll be back with period number 2 in just a moment. Back with the second period of play. The Red Deer first place in the Prairie Division, and we're going to start things off right off the bat, 15 seconds in, with two beefy men wearing helmets and pads, trying to punch the spots where there aren't helmets or pads on the other one. It's a good old-fashioned hockey fight. Number 32 for the for Moose Jaw is it looks like that is that is Hannon, Brad Hannon, who drops his counterpart. And he did not like that hit. That looks like that was Alex Kogelby, who did not like the hit thrown at his teammate there. So Alex Kogelby will go with the Bucks for 5 minutes for fighting, as will Brad Hannon. 5-minute major, and Hannon, that is now his 30th. He is now at 30 penalty minutes for the season. Kogelby up to 27. 5 for fighting aside, 5-on-5 hockey. Still here. Shot and scores! Perry Sarbasi for Moose Jaw puts the second place team in the Prairie Division in the lead early in the second period. The assist goes to Nikahan and McLanky. And what an interesting turn of events. This Red Deer crowd has been quieted. But what a goal for Perry Sarbasi. His 5th goal of the season, his 20th point. The assists going to Nikahan and McLanky.
Moose Jaw goal, scored by number 4, assisted by number 59.
And we have a 2-1 game. Red Deer back on the attack. Shot from the point. That was by, I believe that was by Dillaso. There's Sarbasi again, the goal scorer. Puck Sang gloves it down. and he will hold on to it. Only 2 minutes into this second period, we've already had a fight and a go-ahead goal at the moment. So gives you an idea that we are in for quite an adventurous rest of the game. Big scrum over the face-off circle. It eventually ends up in possession. Well, somebody's going to want it eventually. It's still fought for. I think Moose Jaw may have finally got it. Yeah, Bombertson passes over to Fogliato. Fogliato to McLanky. Tries to put it on net. Tries to flick it in. And Puksang just hangs on to it. Gets it off to Dillasoo, who will dump it cross ice. Bombertson tries to recover it. Nikahan has support. Goes himself. Wrister. And Puksang with the glove. And freezes it for a face-off in the Moose Jaw zone. Face-offs are pretty even so far, but a lot of action. Red Deer just trying to get back on the attack. Puksang will hold on to that one. And it'll be another face-off. Again, this is the 23rd game of this abbreviated 34-game season. These two teams in the Prairie Division, alongside the Medicine Hat Gushers and the Regina Monologues. These are the top two teams in the division at the moment. The top team from each of the four divisions, the BC, Prairie, Ontario, and Quebec divisions, will each make the playoffs for a best-of-7 series. That, of course, will be expanded once the season is in its full length next year. Hits the pipe! Oh, goodness, that was Kremler. Craig Kremler hits the hits the frame of the goal right on the corner, and it bounces out. And here's Bruchet picking it back up, and Harvenier up to Kremler again. He is hit hard. Perrault tries to find LaChance, but he can't do it. Rockfort has it back to Johnsky. Boucher, two-line pass to Dillasoo. He's all by himself, and he's dispossessed, and he has to come back and touch it for the offside. Dillasoo beats the offside, has Boucher up to the point to Harvenier. Centering pass to Lindstone, and it is deflected wide. Dillasoo trying to chase it down. Keeps it in. DeBevino backhands it, and Zimmerman hangs on to it, but he gives it right back to Dillasoo. DeBevino again! Oh, well, it's calamity in front of the Moose Jaw goal, and hopefully they can hang on to it, and they try to get it out of the zone, and they do. And happily getting a breather is Rockfort. Nikanan puts a shot on goal, and it's off the blocker of Steve Puksang. Back to Klein Larockamex, who dumps it out to Steve Minchensky. And Red Deer will regroup. Passing the blue line and dispossessed to Stefan Sheep. Again, loses it in his own zone, but Corval able to clean it up and back to center ice. Finds Genfeld, called Genfeld. Puts it on net, and it's just in through a screen. Puksang is able to stop it and hang on to it. What vision from Steve Puksang. He had a falling over. He had Eric Harvenier falling over in his view. Not just a screen, but the body was falling over, and he still was able to just put his glove down and get that puck and keep his team in it. Only the goal down. Klein Larockamex, we're hitting the halfway point in regulation. 10 minutes to go in the second period. Red Deer trailing the Moose Jaw Dragoons. Red Deer in the standings are top of the Prairie Division by 3 points. They've got 27 points going into this game. Moose Jaw have 24. And including today's game, they have 12 left to play in the season. This is game number 23 of the 34-game regular season. And again, Red Deer second in the league in goals scored. They are third in the league in goals allowed, in fewest goals allowed. Moose Jaw do not score a lot. They are pretty low in that. However, their defense is what carries them through. And Hannon, as you can see, as that's the case, Hannon is able to clean it up in front of net, in front of Zimmerman. Here's Perry Sarbasi. He's got got one of the goals for Moose Jaw. Bombertson lets it fly, and it's wide and off the boards. Recovered by Red Deer. There's Quintal, loses it over to McLanky to Sarbasi, tries to find it in, and it goes just wide. Here's Hannon in front of goal, takes a big hit, and clearing it out is Minchensky. Gives a chance to change lineup. And LaChance gets knocked to the floor, and it's out of the zone again. For Moose Jaw. Hang on to it is Sarbasi. Tries to put it in front. It is dispossessed and skating in a very dangerous position. That's Perrault going back with it. Perrault tries to find an outlet. He's got LaChance behind the goal. No one in front at the moment. Perrault has it to Kramler. Kramler hit the post earlier. Perrault trying to find LaChance, but he can't make the pass through. There was a couple of defenders in the way. Fersky avoids the hit, tries to put it on net, and it bounces off the pad of Steve Pucksang. And a big hit, a crunching hit by Collier, just sending the body of him into the boards. And back come the Moose Jaw Dragoons on the attack. Dispossessed. Lidenstone finds DeBevineau, Dennis DeBevineau, excuse me. Loses it behind the net. He's trying to regain it. 2-on-1 behind the net. Rex Dilliso able to fan it around. Looks for LaChance, but he cannot find the connection. Oh, beg your pardon. I'm sorry. Rockfort's shot is wide. And collecting it behind is Dilliso. Dilliso to Lidenstone. There's Can Duryea. To DeBevineau. Line has been out there for quite some time. Domin Lalibert is the scoring line for Red Deer. He wrists it right at the chest pad of Greg Zimmerman, and he will hang on to it for a face-off in Moose Jaw zone. Not a lot of downtime to line change. You can tell there's a bit of a huff and puffing, but the lines stay out there. Second line for Moose Jaw, Orval, Jenkel, and Mikahan. Top line for Red Deer, Louis Quintal. And that was a shot that just skirted wide. And somebody took a big hit, and that hit was delivered to Domin Lalibert. And Alex Kogelby said, you know what, I'm not done with you yet. He calls out Corval. So this is going to be Kogelby's second fight of the game. Not sure what more you can say about that. And they wrestled down to the ice, and I guess someone seems to be happy about that. I don't know, the fans seem to be. But kudos to our team of officials today for letting them settle it on the ice the way it's intended to in hockey, with punches. Again, our referees for tonight, Wade Lee and Wade Leifson. And of course, the linesmen, Wade Pert and Wade Rutsey. Those are our officials for today. It's a good game. I mean, you know, you can't. If the fight's breaking out, you're gonna have to penalize them for fighting. But they're letting them play, and a score! Duryea finds it. The outlet pass to Louis Quintal. And Red Deer have tied this up again in the dying seconds of the second period. Just found the outlet pass, the one-timer. No chance for Zimmerman. He could not shift his weight quick enough. And Red Deer have tied this one up. Louis Quintal, Duryea, and Minchensky with the assists. Here come Moose Jaw again, and they just charge right in. Pucksang falls on it. Well, let's not. This is one of those games you don't want to leave your seat too early, fans, and head for a nice beer or a snack or a bathroom trip, because you just never know what's going to happen in the dying seconds. Minchensky over to Quintal, and now I think it's safe because it's the end of the second period. Goodness me, well, we had a lot to talk about in that second period. We're all tied up again. Perry Sarbasi's goal canceled out by a tying goal in the dying seconds of the second period by Louis Quintal. It's tall square at 2 after 2 periods. We'll be back with the third period of play hear from Red Deer in just a moment. We're back again with the third period of play. This is Wade Gordon here in the Hamilton, Ontario studios for CSPHLC action here at the Hockey Happy Hour. This is our final game of the broadcast day. Red Deer, all tied up at 2 goals apiece with the Moose Jaw Dragoons, first and second place in the Prairie Division. A 3-point gap between the two teams. Moose Jaw in second coming into today's game. Red Deer in first. Red Deer have had to come from behind in this game so far. Rex Dilliso clears it over as Minchensky, who just throws a big hit at McLanky. And you know who didn't like it? That guy. That is Bruce Fogliato. And we're going to have ourselves another scrap. These two decided they wanted to settle their differences like men. Big, stupid, punching men. Hanging on to each other's shirts, and yep, he has fallen down, perhaps been knocked unconscious for a moment. Not sure. I'm sure he's fine. Wearing helmets, it's probably fine. But yeah, that was a big hit from behind, and Fogliato came in and said, "I don't think so, my pal." Except he probably said a lot more swear words. It's always a nice way to start the period with a big old fight. Dilliso shot. DeBevino puts it off the pads of Zimmerman, and Red Deer trying to keep it in the zone. It's being trapped behind the boards, behind the goal. Sarbasi able to get it free. All alone against two defenders for Red Deer. Takes a big hit from Can Duryea, and here's DeBevino. Looks like we're gonna have another penalty. Yeah, interference is the call against Red Deer, so Moose Jaw will go on the power play. And yet another body in the penalty box for the Red Deer. Getting a little crowded in there.
Penalty to number 20.
Just a bit. That's Rex Dilliso. The interference call. And on the power play now is Moose Jaw. They dump it in, and chasing it down is Nikahan. That's out by Lavender. Lavender hammers Boucher behind the boards. Coming in there as well as Nikahan to give Boucher a hard time, and they score on the power play. The Moose Jaw Dragoons take the lead. A power play goal by Daniel Lavender. Plenty of time left in this third period, but the Dragoons have shown their mettle. They have shown their intentions. They got the power play. They had the extra man advantage. And wow, there was nobody on Lavender in front of net. I think because there were two people getting hammered behind the goal.
Scoring the power play by number 56, assisted by number 59. On the board, 3 minutes, 44 seconds.
And just like that, they get the equalizer again. Dennis DeBevino, seconds later. What a response from Red Deer. They just had the puck, skated right towards the goaltender, and didn't care if they ended up in the net as well, as long as the puck did.
Red Deer goal, scored by number 64, assisted by number 49, and by number 20. Time of the goal, 4 minutes.
Red Deer are back on the attack, and there's going to be a delayed penalty. Red Deer get to go on the power play. It is getting very chippy out there. And normally we would just say that's kind of normal for this in the it's like a bit of an interference or a slash against Francois Lebrec.
Penalty to number
Red Deer now get to go on the power play.
Time of the penalty, 4 minutes, 37 seconds.
Good clearance by the Dragoons all the way out behind the goal. And the Daniel Lavender all the way down on the forecheck. Has to get back there now. Keep a tumble. 2-on-2 for Red Deer. Craig Cramler to Lidenstone. Puts a shot over the bar. And behind. Again, they score! Well, the one-timer is set up from behind the net. And the Red Deer take the lead on the power play goal. It's Cramler. And that was set up perfectly. The shot went wide. It was recovered behind the net. Fed in front. Fed in front by Quintal. And Cramler had his man beat. And a little bit of hubris, goes and celebrates directly in front of one of the Moose Jaw players, one of the very tall ones, by the way. So it shows that this rivalry is really getting, really starting to get nice and fierce. Not even the two, not even province rival, provincial rivals. Usually expect Red Deer and Medicine Hat to be doing battle in Moose Jaw and Regina as the Saskatchewan teams and the Alberta teams. Here is Quintal again. Quintal has a goal and 3 assists today. And that trickles in and it's good for another goal. Well, the Red Deer have just opened up the faucet and Moose Jaw are leaking it in. DeBevino gets his second. And that one is going to be one that Greg Zimmerman is going to wish he had back. That just sort of took a bounce off the side of his blocker, and he could not hang on to it. I don't think he knew anything about that at the time. He's going to want that one back when he sees the replay of that one. That's a soft goal, I must say, led in by Greg Zimmerman, who is a very good goaltender for Moose Jaw. Moose Jaw now find themselves down by 2. And Pucksang's going to hold on to that one. 3 unanswered goals for the Red Deer, protecting their first place spot in the Prairie Division against second place Moose Jaw. 3-point difference. The win today will move that up to 5. Of course, I'm not sure. I don't have results yet of the Regina versus Medicine Hat game. Oh, nice backhand shot by Hannon. I'll take a deflection off the blocker of Pucksang. McLanky puts a shot, split save, gets the edge of it with his pad. Is Pucksang. Sarbasi trying to find someone in the center. It does not get anywhere, and taking a big hit. Well, McLanky just throws his body at Alex Kogelby. He's already been in 2 fights today. He probably is not too upset with getting in a third one. And hit from behind. DeBevino just takes out his player. Only at the halfway point in the third period. Kogelby puts it right at the pads. Oh, misses it. Had a wide open net, did Lidenstone, and he fans on it. Zimmerman is going to be thankful for that one. He might have been beaten. Fogliato gets it out of the zone for Moose Jaw. Tom Nikahan bringing it up. And a big hit. He is taken down to the ice. by Stefan Boucher. Here come the Red Deer yet again. Lidenstone puts it right up there with the wrister. Zimmerman gets rid of it. I think he kind of lost possession of it. Dillasow's shot, and Zimmerman will happily hold on to that one this time. The action is increasing as this period goes on. The largest lead of the game for either side is the Red Deer, up by 2, 5-3. 3 unanswered goals for the Red Deer. Greg Zimmerman will hang on to that one. Again, these are two of the top goalies goaltenders in the CSPHLC. 5th and 6th in the rankings in their goals against average. One-timer by, who was that by? That was by, I don't know who got that shot off. I didn't see the name on the back of his sweater. From the chance, there it is. And Zimmerman will hang on to it. Face off on by Moose Jaw and Rockfort. Brings it all the way back down to Candroin. Candroin waits it and puts it right at the pads of Pucksang. Cleaning up the rebound is Lavender. And it's a face-off in the Red Deer zone. Face-off won by Moose Jaw. Moving a puck around. Lavender in center. Lebrecq at the point up to Rockfort. Candroin gives over to Lebrecq. Big hit taken. Rockfort puts the shot in there, and it's parried wide. Deflected wide. Froskins chasing after it, but Red Deer have it again. Here's Boucher. He's got help from Kramler. Looking to find him. He's also got help from Froskins if he needs it. But he cannot get the shot off. Moose Jaw back up the ice. Lavender looking to find Mika Han, and he just cannot do it. I thought it was Lebrecq. Francois Lebrecq for Moose Jaw. Big scrum at the bottom of your screen there, the near side of the ice. Red Deer will dump it in and likely go and get a line change in. Chasing it down is Klingler Rockamex. But here's Ramboneau. Peter Ramboneau for Moose Jaw. Over to Claude Chagnon. 4th line out there for Moose Jaw. And Daniel Lavender still beyond there. Here's Chagnon yet again. Hang on to it, being harried. Lebrecq tries to wrist it, but it takes a deflection, and Minchensky gets it up to Froskins, who will take it up ice. Hang on to it, puts a wrister right at the glove of Greg Zimmerman. A weird bounce in front of his crease, and he decides to just put his glove down on it and avoid any sort of incident. It's been quite the game so far here in the final game of the Hockey Happy Hour. 2:13 to go. Starting to look like Red Deer are going to put this one away and increase their lead in first place of Prairie Division. Big 2 points for them. As Moose Jaw will just come up short. The 3rd period blitz from the Red Deer was what did it. Kogelby's shot is deflected by Zimmerman. Here's McLanky. 1 minute to go. And looks like there's going to be, well, another power play. Looks like charging is the call against the Moose Jaw Dragoons. Yeah, he kind of just took a big walk up there, and Perry Sarbasi might have to go have a sit for a bit.
Penalty to number 4. 2 minutes for charging.
And a big hit. And it's really just all starting to just come apart here for this game. But, you know, that's kind of what happens here. Well, we got another call. Interference. Rex Tilliso took a tumble. Maybe not even know about that at that point. But Yeah, he's gonna be sitting the rest of this game out in the penalty box.
2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 19 minutes, 7 seconds.
4-on-4 hockey for the remainder of this game. Johnski, well, they got the empty net, so the extra attacker is out. It is 5-on-4 for Moose Jaw. Putting pucks at the net, but Pucksang is there, and he stops things out. Shot at the empty net, and it goes just wide. And they get an empty netter. It ends up going in, so it's going to be 6-3. Thanks to the empty net goal from Can Duryea with 12 seconds to go. And the Red Deer have, well, they've made a statement, I think, in this third period that they are coming for the playoffs, that there's not going to be anyone in the Prairie Division that can challenge them. Can Duryea, third goal of the season, actually leads the league in assists. McLanky, with the last seconds of the game, tries to put something on net, and he walks right into Steve Pucksang yet again, and that will do it. The Red Deer stay in first place. They increase their lead over the Moose Jaw Dragoons to 5 points. And as is customary, all the players will skate up to the boards and try to break through in an attempt to start fights with the crowd. Can't break through this time, but keep trying. You'll break it down, and you'll get there one day, boys. Maybe next time. Well, that's it for the Hockey Happy Hour. I'm Wade Gordon here in the Hamilton, Ontario studios for the CSPHLC. We thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week. More Hockey Happy Hour. We hope you enjoy the rest of the night. And as always, let's do that hockey. Let's do that hockey again sometime, eh?